and welcome to Season of War. Excited to bring you guys this game today. We have a big matchup, but good buddy of ours, Dayton, welcome. Happy to have you over. We're good enough friends that you can obviously give me shit about everything. So excited to get into this though. We're actually gearing up for GT starting Saturday, so 2 days from now. We're driving out to Shawinigan in Quebec. To go to, it's 130, 120 players.
120 players, yeah.
GT
it's gonna be crazy.
Grand Clash out in Quebec. One of my favorite GTs, biggest one in Canada, so I'm super pumped to go back again this year.
Yeah, welcome party people. It's the party at the All Points, your place for hosting and toasting in the realms of Age of Sigmar. Yeah. I am one of your bat reps tonight. I'm hopefully gonna play okay. I am Dayton O'Bray, and with me tonight. You
did great. Even like Tristan nailed, like that's his thing, but you did good.
Yeah, with me tonight. Hopefully he's not gonna be bored. We got our, his playstyle shouldn't be boredom. It'll be Jordan.
Yeah. Very good, very good. So if you don't already know Party at the All Points podcast, Dayton, one of the three amazing and beautiful hosts.
The worst one of the three.
But all three of you guys, will in general, put out an awesome podcast. So if you haven't seen it before, best Age of Sigmar podcast in Canada.
Don't forget our super producer, Nicole.
Yes. Oh, Nicole's
she's part of the show.
She's the heart of the show.
Yeah, they're going to record this weekend. But anyways, we got our...
She's the smartest of you because she plays Deepkin.
This is going to be our tournament list for the weekend, right?
Exactly. So this is going to be a big one. Yeah, no vote here for this. You flew in from BC. And
almost not,
or Calgary, Alberta. Almost missed one flight, made the next
missed one flight.
But this was your tournament list, so I'm like, why not bring it down? I'll pull out my tournament list as well. Go head to head.
Yeah.
I actually just played this list recently for the first time, and it's the only time I've played it. So getting a second practice game with this list, it wasn't a bad idea for me. But jumping into things, we're playing Savage Danes is the mission, just because it's the first mission of the GT.
Yeah, makes sense.
In 2 days, so. Thought we'd get some practice there, and then always want to give a shout out to Printable Scenery, where we get these terrain files from, and our local game store, X Planet. Otherwise, why don't you take us through your list? It's not your typical Marathi and the Bowsnakes list.
No, I hate Marathi and the Bowsnakes. Not really, but it's what you always see. Yeah. But I got Marathi, and I got Bowsnakes, just not as many.
Yeah.
15 Blood Sisters, 10 Blood Sisters, Marathi, a Hag Queen. I got the Iron Scale as my general for all her movement shenanigans because this army wants to get in your face. I got a unit of 5 Life Stealers and a unit of 5 Life Takers that are going to be in reserves for this match. It's a 2-drop list. My Hag has Blessing of Khaine, and my general has to take all the artifacts and command traits, and it's Hagnar. That's the big thing too. Yeah,
not the typical, you see a lot of Tail Brawn right now.
No, this just wants to get in your face and hit you.
I can tell. Yeah, sounds good.
That's kind of how I play.
Oh, for sure. You're basically the elf version of Iron Jaws right now.
Trying.
But then jumping into my Deepkin list, again, you guys have probably seen this previously, but I'm running, actually, yeah, you have. So I'm running Naudalar tonight, so this is the sub-faction that makes my turtle battle line and gives him basically a monstrous action to go rend 3 on his bites and fins, which is pretty sweet. Gives me some super high rend in the army. Otherwise though, my hero loadout is pretty light. I have the Soul Render, who is my general, has the Ishran trait to reverse the tide so I can get fight first round 2, and then the artifact to summon a second Gloomtide Shipwreck. My other hero is Lotan, who I'm proxying with my custom hero tonight. Finally getting him finished up. And then otherwise I have 2 units of 2 Sharks, and for my battle line is 4 units of Namarti. I have 2 units of 10 Thralls and 2 units of 10 Reavers. So good balanced list.
You know, in person, the teal looks great, Jordan.
Thank you. Yeah, the camera can't quite capture it, but...
What's your turtle got?
Reverberating Carapace.
15-inch.
Exactly. So the big aura on him, giving me not only the pluses to save, but...
And the Sharks get it too, right?
Yeah, they do.
Are you an 8 wound guy or a 10 wound guy?
I would love 10 wounds.
Yeah.
Because I don't always play with the turtle. I am right now, and I am for the tournament because it's one of my nicest painted models, and you gotta go for the hobby points. So I'm playing a narrative army, purely built for the narrative, not at all to shoot stuff down from 24 inches away. But that is it. I was 4 drops here with my Sharks and Turtle because he drops the Behemoth and becomes battle line. Those 3 units are in Hunters of the Heartland.
Yeah.
everything else was a battle reg, so put me at a 4-drop. So you did draw me here.
Yeah, I got a 2-drop because the Heg is an extra hero that I need in. She also brings in the evocation Heart of Fury, which is clutch. It's so good. But yeah, we'll probably see it. Maybe not. I don't know. I don't roll very well. And you know, I didn't shave my chest for anything. I want to see what you do, and you can have first turn. Jordan.
Okay, sounds good. We'll get into it. Going into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 1.
Boo.
The Soul Render uses Teachings of the Terstrel to reverse the tides. The Deepkin choose the Ritual of Deep Sight. The Deepkin battle tactic is Aggressive Expansion. The Soul Render and Shadow Queen both fail Heroic Leadership. The Soul Render uses the Rune of Surging Gloomtide. The Shadow Queen uses All-Out Defense, but the Owl Petches deal 3 damage to her. The next unit of Owl Petches deals no damage. The Leviathan deals 2 damage to the Blood Sisters. The Deepkin hold 3 objectives and complete their battle tactic for 7 points.
Alright, Idoneth Deepkin, turn 1. Give me the turn. Obviously just trying to set up position, get ready to take some hits. Hoping, obviously, with the boat to get in your way a little bit, make it hard for you to get in there. So that's the goal, and you're to get in either way and then have the potential at a double, but trying to just position as well as I can, get ready for you to come in. Like I said, I did snag both objectives here, give me 2 points each. 1 for my own, and then battle tactic for 7, so a good solid turn of scoring.
You did 3 wounds to Marathi.
That's the biggest.
That's really all that matters.
That's the biggest thing, yeah. Obviously in Hagnar you do have the 5-up ward from your, or wholly within 12 of your general, so that's gave you some resiliency.
Mortals.
Not against mortals, but that's not really something I have in this army.
Don't need to worry about it.
Yeah, but it is great for some of the combat snakes. You know, you lost 1, could have lost I think probably 2 more. Potentially. But that's the way it goes, and that's it for my turn. So we'll jump into Daughters of Khaine.
Yeah, let's see what we can do.
The Daughters of Khaine battle tactic is Savage Spearhead. Marathi and the Soul Render both use Heroic Leadership. Marathi uses Worship Through Bloodshed on the Bloodstalkers, and they deal 2 damage to the Thralls. The Hag uses the Blessing of Khaine on the Blood Sisters. Marathi fails to cast Mind Razor. Marathi casts the Black Horror of Olgu on the Leviathan, dealing 2 mortal wounds. Marathi miscasts Mirror Dance, taking 1 mortal wound. The Iron Scale uses Wrath of the Scathborn on the Blood Sisters. The Thralls redeploy, moving 4 inches. The Heartrenders and Life Takers both deep strike at the end of the movement phase. The Bloodstalkers deal 4 damage to the Thralls. The Shadow Queen deals 5 damage to the Thralls. The Iron Scale deals 2 damage to the Reavers. The Shadow Queen uses Forward to Victory, but fails her charge. The Lone Thrall uses Inspiring Presence, and 1 Reaver flees from Battle Shock. The Daughters of Khaine hold 3 objectives and complete their battle tactic for 7 points.
good to go. We're
What?
excited. Yeah.
All right, party people, I did nothing. I failed all my charges.
You did quite a bit.
No, I didn't do much. Look at the potential of this army is a lot bigger than what I actually did. But I took 2 objectives.
Yep.
So even failing charges, you position yourself in a way that you're still scoring points.
Yep.
Deep Struck, they did their thing. Did no damage or influence, but now you at least maybe pull you away somewhat.
Yep.
And you got some threats in front of you.
Yep. Yeah, I would say you killed a unit of thralls, but I actually just I do have one left there. That I was like, sorry, I haven't done the soul render ability yet,
Yep,
so I'll do the lower light now on the thralls for 3. Okay, very worthwhile. I was like, if I bring 1 back, I'll wish it was a Reaver, but the thralls is kind of nice.
What? So
yeah, that's pretty much that.
I'm just positioned to come and beat you.
You are. And so we are into priority.
Turn 2.
Yep.
It's the one you always want to win.
Rolling your own dice against you.
I got
That's
2.
a 5 with the tough crowd dice.
Take it. I think you should take
I'm
it.
going to take the turn. And we'll go into Idoneth Deepkin. Turn 2.
The Deepkin battle tactic is Monstrous Takeover. The Soul Render uses Heroic Leadership, and the Head Queen uses their Finest Hour. Lotan uses At the Double. The Leviathan deals 2 damage to the Canary. The Reavers deal 3 damage to the Shadow Queen. The Blood Sisters use all-out defense, and the Alopexes deal 2 damage to them. The Reavers deal 6 damage to the Blood Sisters. The Alopexes deal 7 damage to the Blood Sisters. The Alopexes kill the Life Takers. The next unit of Alopexes finish off the Blood Sisters. The Thralls use all-out attack and deal 4 damage to the Head Queen. The Head Queen deals no damage in return. The Soul Render's Lure Light returns 3 Thralls. The Deepkin hold 2 objectives and complete their battle tactic for 5 points.
Alright, so Deepkin turn 2. Great, this is a great thing to a tide flip. Why I don't take, part of the reason I don't take the Achillean King. I can throw different things in combat in different places and not really be worried. I honestly could have been more aggressive here. I think, I'm not happy with my turtle placement. Should have waited to move him last and just had him a little more central, so at least his buff was affecting things. But
it's gonna be okay, Jordan. It's gonna be okay.
Well,
turns out when you make all your charges,
yeah,
it's pretty good.
It's not bad.
Pretty good.
Not bad. Keeping him safe, which is big. Got 3 wounds on Marathi. She's taking 7 total now. So if she goes in, which then she'll probably take her other 3. If she doesn't, then she's kept out for another turn. But different threats in different places. I really was just trying to avoid these guys. They're gonna move up, get in. But there's also a backdoor threat.
Avoid those girls.
Those ladies, snake ladies. There's also a backdoor threat that they have to worry about from the sharks. And over here, your hide lived with 1 wound.
Yeah, she did.
Finest hour, all out defense. But I was hitting on 2s and 2s, just in It's the 1 damage. Not much more to say about that. Killed a couple things. Killed the 10 combat snakes, which is the big one, and you still have a lot of your stuff left, but obviously the wounds on Marathi is big, knowing she's on a ticking clock, and yeah, that's pretty much where we're at.
Cool. Let's see if I can get a game out of this.
Sounds good. Going into Daughters of Khaine, turn 2.
The Daughters of Khaine battle tactic is aggressive expansion. Marathi fails heroic leadership, but the Soul Render succeeds. Marathi uses Worship through Bloodshed on the Bloodstalkers, who deal 3 damage to the Thralls. Marathi casts Mindrazor on the Shadow Queen. Marathi casts Black Horror of Ulgu on the Leviathan, dealing 1 mortal wound. Marathi fails to cast Mystic Shield. The Head uses the Witch Brew on Marathi. The Shadow Queen deals 3 damage to the Thralls. The Khaine deal 2 damage to the Reavers. The Bloodstalkers finish off the Thralls. The Iron Scale deals 2 damage to the Alapexes. The Reavers unleash Hell, dealing 3 damage to the Shadow Queen. The Shadow Queen stomps, killing 1 Reaver. The Thralls deal 4 damage to the Blood Sisters. The Reavers deal 1 damage to the Khaine. The Alapexes use all-out defense, and Marathi deals 4 damage to them. The Shadow Queen kills the Thralls and deals 5 damage to the Reavers. The Lone Reaver uses Inspiring Presence, and the Soul Render's Lure Light returns 1 model. The Daughters of Khaine hold 3 objectives and complete their battle tactic for 9 points.
Made something out of nothing, I guess?
Yeah, no. Well, obviously, like I said before, you still had a couple big pieces.
Yeah, I mean Marathi.
And they're Namarti, they're not the most resilient.
No, and they're not your pieces that I need to eliminate, but potentially Sharks tied up. Reavers tied up. Like I was just trying to capture things to stop movement.
Do everything you can.
The big charge with Marathi being able to jump in there, pretty big. Girls going in there, pretty
Hop
big.
over the boat, yep.
Yeah, I don't know. Things, they lived.
They did live,
by that.
yeah. Both, I mean the Reavers too. I mean, I guess they're not the combat Khaine.
I just wanted to tie them up.
Yeah, makes sense.
I don't want you to just shoot whatever you want.
Yeah.
But I don't have much left on the board, and you still have a lot of stuff on the board, so...
Well, it's mixed. You've killed, 30 Namarti, probably.
But what did I score there? 4, 6, 8?
7, 8, 9.
9?
Yeah, 9 points, so solid. Solid turn of storing, and then we are into priority. So let's see, I'll use
Come on, Jordan, this is it. Like, you're getting it.
That's all good.
You got it. You get it, and it'd be awesome.
That's a 4 to your 1. Look at that.
See?
This is what happens. New guest on the show. I win all the priorities for the first time ever. But we will go into it. You will get to burn an objective.
Yeah, right?
Just these 2.
Yeah, I know.
So.
That one will keep you... So let's burn that one.
Burn that one. Sounds good. And then we'll jump into Idoneth Deepkin, turn 3.
The Deepkin battle tactic is Bring It Down. The Soul Render uses Heroic Leadership, which the Hag Queen fails. The Reavers kill the Khaine. The Leviathan shoots at the Shadow Queen, but deals no damage. The Reavers use all-out attack and finish off Morathi. The Alopexes deal 2 damage to the Bloodstalkers. The other Alopexes deal 3 damage to the Bloodstalkers. The Alopexes use Forward to Victory, but fail their charge. The Leviathan uses Crushing Assault. The Leviathan deals 16 damage to the Blood Sisters. The Alopexes use all-out defense, and the Blood Sisters deal 2 damage to them. The Deepkin hold 2 objectives, kill a monster and Prime Hunter, and complete their battle tactic for 7 points.
Alright, so Deepkin turn 3. Obviously here, winning the priorities here was huge, first and foremost. When you're given first turn, because you obviously want the double at some point, and not getting it really hurts. So, especially with Morathi, where...
She had 2 wounds left.
Yeah, she could have potentially killed the turtle.
Yeah, she could have went ham.
Yeah.
She didn't.
If you had a water priority, yeah, exactly. So, that's obviously huge in my favor. A couple things. It did show me, though, I did make some position mistakes, I feel like, and I already mentioned the turtle.
Yep.
That it didn't bite me here. I got lucky, obviously, with the priorities, but could have been much scarier. In the end, I did a couple tricks, throwing these guys, the 2 Reavers in the garrison at the end of movement, out of combat so they could free up, they could kill the 2 Canary, freeing up these Reavers to finish off Morathi. Now, I tried to do it with the turtle first for the
These sharks would have done it anyways.
Those sharks would have done it anyways in combat.
There's no shortage of shooting in here.
Yeah, no shortage. Yeah, exactly. Between the sharks, turtles, shooting, Reavers, everything. Lots of arrows, lots of harpoons. So then big thing, turtle came in, dealt 16 damage in the end after your ward saves to those combat sisters, so blood sisters. So taking out 8 of them was pretty rough. And then the last ones did a couple damage to the sharks, and then the sharks bit them back. And it was, yeah.
Yeah, you know, it was a pretty bad first turn for me. Not getting anything.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Invocation never came out once. It's gorgeous. It's a fun little model. Well, never came out once. Yeah.
Priorities were the big thing in this. You really want that double.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, it was good. It was fun.
Yep, and big turns of scoring. I feel like with Deepkin, name of the game is just surviving those early turns, and then...
Flipping the Tides is always really good against my army.
Yeah, because Morathi, right?
Right.
You throw her in there and you know she's getting hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you can't dance around it.
Yeah, that second turn would hurt you a lot.
Deepkin's so good at taking down Morathi. Yeah, we love it. So, yeah, obviously.
Elves on Elves violence, man.
Yeah.
It's not good.
Not ever good. No, we don't like it. But here, the Elves of the Deep were victorious, and yeah, hopefully we don't have to play again this weekend.
Thanks for having me on, and hey, just because I'm a content creator doesn't mean I know what I'm doing.
You do though. You just yeah, not the best matchup here.
You're 2-0 versus me. That's the biggest thing. We're gonna remember that.
Yeah, you'll have to get your vengeance at some point. Again, hopefully not this weekend.
Same matchup too.
Hopefully, yeah, Deepkin on Daughters, yeah, our 2 favorite armies. So.
Right.
Yep. Right. Our wives' opposite favorite armies. So we'll do doubles at some point of Deepkin and Daughters on Deepkin and Daughters.
Oh, that's the dream.
Yeah.
All right, let's party.
One day. But yeah, that's it. So hope you guys enjoyed this battle report, and we'll see you guys soon in another match. Yay!